lot of, it's not like weathermen are just bad weathermen. It's just really hard to make completely accurate weather forecasts in Oklahoma, period. Um, but we've got some more of that constant rain, and this is it's not a heavy rain, but it's not a light rain, but it has been a constant rain. And the roads, I live in an area in Oklahoma City. There's places that are below the water table or whatever, so they get washed out, and you can usually tell the folks that don't live in our area. They decide they're going to go ahead and drive where a sign half the size of their vehicle says, "When flooding, turn around." So they get washed over. But yeah, so I was under the impression that we weren't supposed to see, if we did see any rain, it wouldn't be anything substantial until Thursday. And I can tell you right now, if what we're seeing right now is going to be a continuation of the week, and then what I understood Thursday to be, we're going to have a lot of problems across Oklahoma again. We've had people's homes that literally just washed away and floated down the river, it's sad. But yeah, that's where we're at right now in Oklahoma. As far as weather is concerned, I don't know if you guys have jumped on Brother Mike's scripture and devotion yet. This morning's was he never has long ones. He just tries to hone in on something and make sense of it. Sorry about that. But yeah, he can pound on one thing pretty intentionally. In short, I give him a hard time. I guess they weren't going to let me over. So yeah, anyway, Brother Mike's scripture and devotion, they're usually just short blasts. I give him a hard time. Once I made a video about, I was just really kind of experimenting, I guess, just with the tools and things like that. And what's this say? I don't know how to say that name. It says hi. I'm saying hello back, but I don't know how to say. That's interesting. It's like a sigil or something. And then BS Waste. He says you cool. And then Free Take K. Free Take K. Yep. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It says hi, hello. But Brother Mike's scripture and devotion, I was kind of tinkering around with the tools, and I made a video one time, and it was like, scripture readings, being really long, and I just made like this, silly face, and I mean, within like 7 hours, it was over 1,000 likes or 1,000 views or something like that, and he was like, yeah, thanks for the encouragement, brother, or something like that. But the thing is about Mike's channel is what had happened was, he and I and we have a morning group. What we got? He said, how old am I? I'm 48. 48 years old. What do we got? Where are you living? This is Oklahoma. I'm in Oklahoma City right now. Rain, just rain. It's like Thailand right now. But Brother Mike was making a ticket, folks. Okay, I think we're back. So myself and Mike and so there's a men's morning group text messaging thing that we have, and in one of the comments that were made, Brother Mike was talking about, you know, we were just all kind of opening up and being transparent, and he was talking about how, you know, it's been hard not getting to my Bible and scripture reading and you know, just making excuses and, you know, just that sort of thing. And I said, well, why don't you just nip that thing in the bud, and every morning you just get up and you make a video for me and the fellas, and we'll all be tuned in. There won't be any excuses. And I mean, like lightning flashing, he was on that. He was on the gas, you know what I mean? And so ever since then, he said, oh, hi from Korea. All right. He says, what do I do for a living? Okay, so I was actually hurt, and I ended up in the emergency room again last year. And so as far as a living is concerned, I am a peer recovery support specialist, and I don't make money as a peer recovery support specialist, but in the ministry, insofar as helping people that have addictions and dealing with mental health and things like that, I try to approach everything from the Bible. I try to approach everything not from a secular position, but I do have a secular education insofar as peer recovery support specialist is concerned. Do I make any money? No. My doctors don't even want me to lift 10 pounds. But my body's 195 pounds fully dressed, so I don't know how you get around that. But yeah, so anyways, that's kind of my situation. My lawyers are working on disability, but I do have chickens, and I'll have some more this month. So insofar as you know, making some residual money from the, you know, folks at church and in our community for selling eggs and chickens, there's that, and then I'll also have, you know, donations that I'll be able to send out. But my home is paid for. I don't have a mortgage. My car, just like everyone else's cars, there's always issues. Right now I've got a catalytic converter that's acting goofy, and I'm fixing to throw some stuff off in the gas tank and try to get all the sludge to burn off, and hopefully that fixes that until something else goes wrong. But communication, cell phone, and transportation, car always comes down. That's really where most of my money kind of I don't have, because I don't, you say, what do I do for a living? I don't get to work anymore. I have degenerative disc disease and neuropathy. Neuropathy, whenever you're answering questions on your job application, they ask if you have any disabilities. Well, I do have a disability, and it's a chronic disability. And neuropathy, I don't have a lot of balance. My doctors want me to go everywhere with my cane, and if I have to use my walker, take my cane with me just in case I step away from my walker. I mean, it's embarrassing, it's frustrating. I mean, you go to stand up from, you know, making a phone call, sitting at your bedside, and you just fall forward into a mirror on the wall, you know, because the balance. So I'm really a liability. If somebody were to hire me, you know, it would just be a matter of time before, you know, I had a fall. Not that I would sue anybody, but, you know, those are the kinds of things that companies worry about. So there's that. Hopefully I answered your question. Do I know Korea? I've never been to Korea. I did actually. I started out in. So when I got my black belts in Taekwondo years ago, when Taekwondo was Taekwondo, I went into Hapkido, and then in Hapkido I got my red belt. So as far as Korea is concerned, I'm familiar with the fighting style, the combat style of General Choi from Korea. So there's that. So shout out to Korea, General Choi. Anybody knows who that is? Says you want to shout out? I got 20K. All right, okay. So BC Shifty, he's got 20K. That's what's up, man. That's cool, dude. Yeah, shout out BC Shifty. That is a cool name. Was it free? What does it say? Free. I'm trying to say the names, guys. Give me free K. That is a free K. Okay. Chicken jockey. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I know my chickens are good for my PTSD. I'm having a bad day, throw it off, and I can go out there and mess with them goofy suckers. There's a little short video, maybe 7 seconds, where I'm chasing them around my little run. They're cute. They're a lot of fun. So I am getting ready to have to take this lady inside of a. She's got to see her doctors. I'm gonna pick her up real quick over here, this location. Take her to see her doctor. So I'm gonna tune in later. If you guys have any questions, you know how to DM me. You can find me on Up and Out on the Messenger. Of course, Jim Biggs. Knockoutapostles@gmail.com. Knockoutapostles with a Z. And that's